On my YouTube channel, I've always used one of these. It's a clip-on Lavalier Lapel microphone, but I've always wanted one of these, a broadcast quality shotgun microphone. Here is how Deity Microphones made this happen. This is a massive moment for my channel, probably even bigger than hitting 5,000 subscribers. Welcome back to the Happy Hut, by the way. Are you entirely happy with the sound on your YouTube videos? I was, until my videos started to sound like this. The end of the video, and also with all my accessories. That was the Rode Lavalier, sorry, there's a dog going nuts next door. That was the Rode Lavalier Go microphone, or in my case, the Rode V.lav, not Go. I don't know what happened. There was no obvious damage to the microphone or the cable, but every time I touch the jack or the cable near the jack, it sounds like this. I said, how disappointing. And I got really annoyed waiting for it to be replaced. Probably a bit more annoyed than I should have done. It's 3 weeks on, I've still not got it back, and I'm paying the shipping on it. I'm getting so annoyed about this that I reached out to another company, Deity Microphones. I said, I'm buying your microphone, the Deity V.lav mic, and this is actually what you're hearing right now, and I've never used a Deity microphone before in my life. But, I said, are there any other microphones that you think I should take a look at? No, Neil, they replied. Deity Microphones are going to completely sort you out. And I think they have, because this package has just arrived. Now, you know how all the tech YouTubers have got really cool knives to open up their gear? I've got a steak knife. So it's right here. Let's see what's inside. Thank you, Deity. Or is it Deity? Leave me a comment. And this is absolutely massive for my channel because I always have used clip-on Lavalier microphones. Absolutely beautiful case. It's rigid. It's got a little carry case handle. Oh, look at that. Oh. I always use lapel microphones. I don't know why, but I have always resisted shotgun microphones. Maybe it's because they are so much more expensive, but it's also the shape of it. It just feels so much more ostentatious having this hanging off your camera. But mostly it's because I'm not Casey Neistat on a boosted board barreling down Broadway in New York. This is probably the closest I would get to being Casey Neistat around where I live. And the bike isn't even mine. This is how a shotgun mic sounds, the Deity D3 Pro. You can probably hear some bird song. I've got the kids and they've got their cousin visiting over at the trampoline. You might hear those in the background, but this is the difference. This is how a shotgun mic sounds on the Sony ZV-1 camera. This is how a lapel mic sounds, a clip-on Lavalier microphone with a fluffy windshield on, although there isn't that much wind at the moment. And back on the shotgun mic, let me read out to you the email that I got from Ulanzi when I told them how much I love their Boya microphones. Back on the Deity clip-on lapel or collar mic, hello Neil, Ulanzi replied, your videos do not meet the standard. This is my first time ever walking and vlogging with a shotgun microphone. I have to watch out for Casper's holes in the ground there. And this is what it sounds like with the camera at arm's length. I don't know if you can see on this camera here, there's actually a way to adjust the shotgun microphone to not be so far forward that it gets into shot, but I've got the Deity D3 Pro set all the way forward and it doesn't seem to be getting into shot. But let's go into the Happy Hut now, and this is probably where it's going to have the biggest impact of all. We're now indoors into where I usually make my YouTube videos, and I've got to work out a way of putting this microphone up here on the ceiling somehow. On top of the microphone there is this on-off button here. You just hold it down for 2 or 3 seconds to get it started, but it's also got a power save function where it can tell whether or not it's plugged in, and when it's not plugged into operational equipment it turns itself off to save battery, which is pretty darn good. Let me unplug the microphone to show you what it's like without any microphone in the ZV-1. And just as a comparison, this is how the Sony ZV-1 camera sounds with no microphone plugged in at all. These are the built-in microphones and this is how it sounds with nothing plugged in. Is it built in or inbuilt microphones? This is footage of me trying to work out the best place to hang the microphone. I've gone for this magic arm. I'll put a link in the description to this grip, and I've got a couple of grips that I'll put on the end of the magic arm to try and get the microphone as close to my mouth as possible while I'm sitting at the desk here. Okay, so I'm slightly worried that this needs to be much closer to my mouth, but I'm going to leave it like this for now. We are now back on the Deity V.lav Lavalier microphone, and my name is Neil, by the way. I'll just give you some words to give you some level. I'm shouting. I have no need to shout. I've got microphones all around me and I'm yelling like I'm at the end of the garden. I told Deity Microphones, oh, we're on the shotgun microphone, by the way. It's up here. I don't know if I've positioned it correctly. What do you think? Leave me a comment. I'm now back on the Deity V.lav clip-on collar microphone. So now we're hearing the Deity D3 Pro shotgun microphone over to the other camera. I now turn around. I don't know if you notice any difference in the sound because I'm now directing my speech away from the microphone, and however this is sounding now might influence whether you want to choose a clip-on microphone or a shotgun microphone. Let's go back to this camera now, and I don't know if you can notice any difference in the volume or the warmth or the timbre of my voice, but this is me facing the camera with the microphone just above the camera. Which way would you call this? This is the V.lav clip-on lavalier microphone here. The cable's just fallen off the ceiling there. I need to work out some better cable management. I love this lav microphone, but the cable is 5 meters long, so which is good because it means I can run it around the happy hearts. This is how the super cardioid directional Deity shotgun microphone, the D3 Pro, sounds again in comparison with that clip-on mic. So the beam of the microphone is directional. I've got to be right in front of it for you to hear me. And the battery's great because you just recharge it using this USB-C port. You can just plug it into a battery pack or your usual USB-C charger, and that will charge the microphone up. There's a gain control on the back of the microphone, and it's stepless, so you can turn it up and down, and it's smoothly. It doesn't click up and down, so you can get a nice smooth volume control on your levels there. I mustn't forget this. There's a link in the description where you can buy this very microphone, and I'll put links to all the other bits of gear that you can see plugged in here. And right here are some other videos about all the other stuff that I plug into my Sony ZV-1. Thank you so much, Deity, for giving me the chance to step into the world of the shotgun microphone.